And what's up, gang? Thank you for checking out Sledgehammer TV tonight. It's Monday night, May the 21st, 2018, and Monday Night Raw came to us from the capital of New York State, Albany, New York. And the only capital I'm going to be concerned with is the capital letter F. For what a fucking terrible disaster this Monday Night Raw was. And we are here, as we always are, to bring the hammer down like we always do right here and right now on the newest, fastest rising podcast in all of YouTube, iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean, baby. The Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Let's do it.
Sledgehammer Wrestling Show.
Alright, wrestling fans, thank you so much for joining me. My name is Nick Nightmare. Along with me, as always, is the world's greatest tag team of Thor, the wrestling god of thunder, the official sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, and my little buddy, my most trusted companion and the world heavyweight champion of all the microphones in all the world, Blue the Snowball Microphone. Thank you guys for watching the Sledgehammer TV's Monday Night Raw review, brought to you by us here at the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Jesus Christ, you guys. What the hell is going on at the WWE? You know, it was a big week over there. They made a lot of money this week. They announced this big, massive deal with USA Network. News hit today of Smackdown Live being acquired by Fox. Multi-million-dollar deals looking to make the WWE in upwards of $2 billion over the course of the next 5 years. I guess the money's gone to their head. And maybe they spent too much time celebrating this afternoon and not focusing on giving us a well-balanced, well-written product. A show that maybe resembles something that wrestling fans might recognize as a wrestling-related program. Tonight was a fucking embarrassment. It was a mockery of an embarrassment. A couple of weeks out from Money in the Bank. And this is the best you got on a Monday night. This is what you got me sitting through? I swear to God, this show almost bored me to death. I literally felt like, at moments during the show, I was outside my body, looking at myself on my couch, watching this show, and thinking, I'm dead. I'm fucking dead, and this is hell. This has got to be my version of hell. Unfortunately, or fortunately, rather, that was not the case. I'm alive, but unfortunately, Raw was simply that bad. It really was. Absolutely nothing that took place tonight had any bit of a silver lining to it. Every single thing that happened tonight has something very, very wrong with it. And we are going to go over all of that. I got my notes right here. But I just want to make light of something, you know, since we're talking about the money that they're all jerking off all over today instead of writing the TV show. Can you imagine? You know what the WWE has produced in the last 3 years? Since we've at least started this program that you're watching right now, the WWE has been in some of the worst shape we have ever seen it. And they are making this much money, producing absolute garbage, and presenting it to us through these networks, all because of the amount of revenue they generate through ad sales. It's not because we're getting a quality product. And if they could make almost $2 billion deals across a couple of networks over the course of a handful of years, can you imagine how much money they could be filtering in if they were actually writing quality television? We talked about this when we were speculating as to the new home on Smackdown Live, when we were reporting on that before the news broke earlier today of the definitive dealing with Fox Networks. And I don't think it's going to be all that big of a deal. I could care less, because what's going to happen is we're going to continue to get the same old bullshit shows like we got tonight. An absolute farce from beginning to end. There's another capital F word. Farce. An absolute farce. This show was ridiculous. Let's get started talking about some of this shit before I just ramble on and keep just tearing it apart, because although that's what it deserves, that's not what we're here for. We're here to talk about the show in and of itself. Let's get to some of these notes here. So it came to us, like I said, from Albany, New York. The show opens up with the general manager. You know, Kurt's three I's used to stand for integrity, intensity, and intelligence. Now they're like for ineptitude and introverted and imbecile. Because that's what he comes off as the Raw general manager. I was very excited when he came back. I thought he was going to be wrestling people, but he's been a bumbling idiot as the general manager, seemingly castrated by Stephanie McMahon. He's got no balls anymore. He's letting Stephanie McMahon kick him out of his office and shit. But Kurt Angle's back. He announces we're going to have the contract signing tonight between Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax. Stephanie McMahon comes out to ruin the whole entire night. As soon as her presence was felt on this show, I knew we were in for a long night as soon as she made the announcement that not only is she here in the opening segment to ruin our night, she's going to come back later on and interject herself into the contract signing. She wants to be the one to oversee it. We don't even want to see her at all. Her mere presence, like I said, just absolutely took this show down 110 notches. Then it gets even worse. Because who comes out? The big dog! Roman Reigns, right? The big dog is here to confront the authority, and on we go with this bullshit Roman versus the authority. He's tired of them being against him. And the way the commentary team is trying to sell this thing, oh, the authority is against him, Roman Reigns is being, you know, looked down upon by Stephanie McMahon and all this shit. Are you serious? What do they think? We're like aliens from Men in Black? Do they think they have a little swiggle stick that they can bloop and erase my memory of the last 4 years? Roman's being held down. He's been in the main event of the last 4 WrestleManias. He's been allowed to beat The Undertaker. You want to have him come out there and say, oh, I know that you don't want me anywhere near the Universal Championship. They've given you chance after chance after chance of getting your greasy Samoan hands on that belt. And they decided to pull the trigger because they've waited too long. They've kept you stale and stagnant for 4 years. They haven't changed a thing about you. The fans are rejecting everything about you. And you want to say that the WWE authority is holding you down? Stephanie McMahon is holding you back. They don't want you near the championship they've been trying to hand you for the last 4 years. And you want me to believe this? You want me to forget everything I know and jump on the Roman bandwagon? Oh, the company's against him, so we must be for him. It doesn't work that way. You can't take a storyline that worked so well with superstars in the past, like a Stone Cold Steve Austin and a Daniel Bryan, and just force it. It has to be organic. It has to happen genetically. The fans have to connect with this person first. There's never really been a connection to Roman Reigns. And then when you split the Shield up, you didn't even give him his own identity. You just left him as a one-man Shield. And that was your first big mistake. And then the rest of the mistakes just keep on rolling in. For the last, God knows how many years, I said it 100 times, for the last 4 to 5 years, we've been stomaching this nonsense. And you want us to believe now that he feels held down. He's not getting the opportunities because he was screwed over at the greatest Royal Rumble. Are you kidding me? Get out of here with that. And this gets worse as well, as then who comes out is Kevin Owens. And this didn't get worse because Kevin Owens came out. This got worse because Kevin Owens comes out to stand up for Stephanie McMahon, right? And to thank him for his, generous compliments and trying to get her back. Stephanie McMahon puts Kevin Owens in a match with Roman Reigns because he put his arm on her shoulder. This is why we're making matches now? So the match started off with a cold match that had absolutely nothing behind it and no meaning to it. Roman Reigns versus Kevin Owens. And we would get the same exact thing with the main event, which we will get to in a short while. Owens versus Reigns gets ruined, and it makes me want to vomit even more because of the presence of Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal comes out, gets involved. The referee calls off the match. We go to commercial. We come back. And we have a tag match because Seth Rollins came out to bail out his buddy from the Shield. Everybody got all excited. I didn't get excited. Seth Rollins interjecting himself into this particular scenario means we're not getting an Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge. I knew they were going to do this. I told you guys they were going to do this. We were going to get it 1, 2, maybe 3 weeks. It's already gone. We didn't have it tonight, and we're not having it next week. Seth Rollins tweeted himself as I was looking on social media tonight, the Open Challenge is closed. Next week, I'm taking on Jinder Mahal because of what he did to Roman Reigns tonight. Oh my God. Now we got the biggest, most over guy on the roster, Seth Rollins, Mr. Burn It Down, Mr. Monday Night Rollins. He's going to be the one to get the fans to cheer for Roman Reigns. It didn't work. Did you hear what I heard? If you didn't, or if you're going to claim otherwise, you're not hearing correctly. Maybe you should go to an ear doctor and get your hearing checked. Because this tag team match, I didn't even pay attention to it outside of the finish when I saw Seth Rollins finally was in there, because this match was nothing but a beatdown of Roman Reigns, waiting for the hot tag to the more important guy in the match. Seth Rollins would get the win with the blackout stomp, which I still think they should call the Burn It Down. And the match was over. And then these guys are walking away, being all victorious, and Jinder Mahal comes out of nowhere, continues his assault on Roman Reigns, beats him down with a chair, so Rollins is taking it upon himself to avenge his friend. Who gives a shit? You've taken the one person on Monday Night Raw that was doing anything cool and inserted him in the Roman Reigns agenda, and now have him as a side player, as a B player, a side piece for Roman versus Jinder Mahal on our way to the worst match that they've ever booked. Jinder versus Roman at Money in the Bank. For no reason. For absolutely no reason. For not one reason that I give a shit about, nor do you. Don't kid yourself. You don't care. If you're pretending to care because you're a wrestling fan and you don't want to abandon it and you don't want to get down on it, then continue to do so. I can't do that. I can't do that. It's absolute ridiculousness. Talking about ridiculousness. We go from almost 1 hour, 50 plus minutes of absolute nothing. Of nothing but Roman Reigns, with a little bit of Seth Rollins sprinkled in, to Sami Zayn's interview with Bobby Lashley's sisters. Did you see me just now want to bash myself in the fucking skull with Thor here? Did you see it? Because I almost did it, and then I stopped and put it nice and slow, because I don't want to knock myself out live on camera the way the WWE almost knocked me out on my couch watching this ridiculous nonsense. 20 plus minutes of Sami Zayn talking to 3 fucking mooks dressed in drag pretending to be Bobby Lashley's sisters. What did I tell you last week? I told you they're not even going to be his sisters. I gave them too much credit. I thought they were going to at least get 3 women, 3 random females to come out and play the part and talk trash about Bobby Lashley. But when you get to the end of this segment, you understand why they did what they did. Now, I'm going to fix this segment for you before we tear it down. Had Sami Zayn come out, say maybe 1 or 2 sentences, ask 1 question to each one of the mooks in the ring, dressed up as a lady, pretending to be Lashley's sister, and then have Lashley's music hit, have the guy come out and just destroy those 3 people in the ring, while Sami Zayn watches in terror from the outside and then runs for his life from the back, that would have been an acceptable and possibly successful segment for Monday Night Raw, if that's what they really wanted to do. but by having Sami's interview with these rejects go over and go on and on and on, doing absolutely nothing, getting nobody over, putting the crowd to sleep. Nobody gave a shit, to the point where when the King of the Crickets came out and boring, trashly Bobby Lashley made his entrance into the arena, not one person gave a single shit. And then he gets in the ring and wants to have fun. He wants to start talking to these idiots like they're his sisters. Oh, Jessica, oh, look at you. You this and that. You have a mustache. Each one of these idiot imposter sisters came out with some sort of a prop that they were telling stories about why Bobby Lashley's not who he says he's. Who gives a shit? I told you guys right at the start, that's how this segment should have been done. The minute Bobby Lashley opened his mouth and this segment went on even further than it should have, it didn't matter when he beat up the other guys. It didn't matter anymore. This went on for so long that nobody, even Bobby Lashley's real-life sisters at home, didn't give a shit about this segment. Fucking ridiculous that this is what I have to sit through on a Monday night, and then I wonder why I feel like I'm having out-of-body experiences. This is the best you got? This reeks of failed soap opera writers. Did they learn nothing from the disaster with Alexa Bliss? The This Is Your Life, Bailey. That was a disaster. Did they learn nothing from when Gallows and Anderson did The Old Day? That's exactly what this reeks of. I thought we were moving away from this. This went almost a half an hour. And then you wonder why the main event gets about 7 or 8 minutes. And you get a singles match that maybe most people were finally interested in seeing, Dolph Ziggler versus Chad Gable tonight, that we didn't even get to see anybody come out. The entrances were cold, done during the commercial break, and then the match was like 3 minutes on TV. But we got a half an hour to waste on 3 idiots dressed in drag pretending to be Bobby Lashley's sisters so that Sami Zayn could try to be a heel. I didn't enjoy Sami Zayn in this incarnation of himself without Kevin Owens. I don't know if that's just because it's what I've become used to, but it seems a lot more annoying and a lot less entertaining without somebody for him to bounce his ideas and stuff off of and doing the whole yep thing. Like, I was getting into him with KO, and now apparently they've split them off into 2 separate storylines, although they haven't officially disbanded as a pair. And in both cases, I don't care to see it. This trying to get over of Bobby Lashley did nothing but make me want to see less of Bobby Trashley. Boring, trashly Bobby Lashley. Alexa Bliss gifts us with an extremely ridiculously over-scripted promo. Why in 2018 Alexa Bliss would show up talking about 412 AD, 420 AD. I need some 420 right now, just having to get through this show. Talking about fucking Romans or Trojans or whatever the hell history bullshit she was talking about. That what you telling me that's what she came up with? That's what she was thinking about today when she was thinking about her match with Ember Moon? Stop with the scripted garbage. It's not helping, it's hurting. There was nothing genuine about that entire promo. You know I'm one of Alexa's biggest marks. I love Alexa. But in these last few months, in the lead up into WrestleMania and since, she's just been a train wreck for me. I don't want to hear anything she's got to say. Just get in there and wrestle. And she got in there tonight with Ember Moon and they had a match. Because they're both in the Money in the Bank. They both qualified already, so let's throw them in a match. That seems to make sense. I guess I don't mind that too much. It's something that they would have done back in the day once they've announced all of the competitors quite often to get some practice during the weeks into the pay-per-view. they would see each other in singles competition, tag team competition. I was very much appreciative of the fact that I didn't have to see them in tag team competition, so maybe I gave this a little bit more of a forgiveness than I should have, but it was a okay match. It was an okay match. It was maybe one of Alexa's better matches, and saying that doesn't mean much because she's barely had any matches, and most of them don't last long. This match in itself did not last that long either. Ember wins with a eclipse, as you would expect. Mickie James was there with Alexa Bliss again, but she was inconsequential as she got herself ejected from ringside for trying to hit Ember Moon with a high heel shoe. So that's what you get, Country Strong. Take your country heels and go back to the back and, you know, at least try to inform us as to some reason why you're back with Alexa Bliss, because I'm still waiting for any sort of a reason for why this pairing is happening. And weren't they fighting against each other last week? Jesus Christ. Things don't get any better, you guys. Finn Balor and Braun Strowman. They find Stephanie McMahon sitting in the back in Kurt Angle's office. They want a rematch against Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. But Stephanie puts them in a match against each other instead. Now, this match, you can come at it two ways. You can call this a dream match, Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman. Or you could call this a bullshit match that means absolutely nothing, which is exactly what it was. This was not a dream match. There's no dichotomy between the two going on. There is nothing that works. There's no heel versus babyface. This is two babyfaces that are going to go at it during the main event of Monday Night Raw with nothing at stake for absolutely no reason other than friendly competition and because Stephanie McMahon said so. Ridiculous. The same reason here could be given the way they say, oh, well, Ember fought Alexa because they're both Money in the Bank qualifiers. That's what Stephanie was kind of getting at when she was talking to these guys in the back. Well, you know, you both made it into Money in the Bank. You're going to be opponents. You aren't really a tag team, so we'll just have a match. We'll just have a match with you guys tonight. You go out there, do your thing. Braun Strowman crushes an apple in his hand, and away we go. I didn't like the making of this match. Not the way they went about it, or the fact that it happened at all. This could be a big-time match. If you put it in the right parameters, one of the two has got to be heel. The crowd is not going to cheer Finn Balor, no matter how much they like him, over Braun Strowman. Strowman is that over. So putting them against each other in this singles match tonight, as we will get to a little bit more later on, was nothing but detrimental to Finn Balor, and it did nothing for Braun Strowman. What does it give Braun Strowman to beat Finn Balor? That's almost a no-brainer. Who didn't know that was going to happen? Ridiculous. Uh-oh. You see the shoulders going. We got the bouncing going because it was time for... No, wait! Jose! Oh, gives a shit. Once again, we get to see No Way Jose versus Baron Corbin. This was a very standard heel versus babyface match, with the heel going over in the end to get his win back. And as soon as idiot Michael Cole made it known to the world, because he had to say it, and I believe he said it more than once, you know, No Way Jose has already got a win on Baron Corbin. As soon as they say some stupid kind of shit like that, you know that Baron Corbin is most likely going to win this match now to get his win back in this ridiculous feud that means nothing. The conga jerk-offs were there. Don't worry about it, though. That's the important thing. The idiot dances that mean nothing, the 2018 Rosebuds, the Hosebuds. No way, Jose. I didn't give a shit. I'm going to do that every fucking week because did you care? No way, Jose. Did I care? No way, Jose. No. No. Moving along. Baron Corbin gets a win. Who gives a shit? He's almost past repair at this point. And this feud is going to do nothing. Nothing for either one of these men. Chad Gable finds Kurt Angle somewhere in the basement. Looks like he was in a boiler room or a garage of some kind because Stephanie McMahon, like I said, kicked him out. He has no balls. He wants to tell Chad Gable, yeah, I let Stephanie have my office. Yeah, right, Kurt. Chad Gable's about to say something. I don't know what he was getting at, and the whole time I wasn't really listening because I couldn't help but see the two same guys looking at each other. It was like that movie Looper, where the guy was himself in the future and the past, and he's looking at himself as a young man and himself as an old man, because if you were going to pick somebody on the roster to be Kurt Angle's illegitimate son, you're looking at him in this frame right there. What a missed opportunity. They look like fucking twins. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's all I could think while I was staring at them talking to each other. I was barely even hearing the words coming out of Chad Gable's mouth. But it would make no difference because Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre show up. They stop this interview. Drew McIntyre gets all imposing on him. And Dolph Ziggler's like, oh, the difference between me and you is that I'm awesome and you're not. Essentially, I'm paraphrasing there, but it wasn't important. And then Kurt Angle's like, whoa, 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 whoa. We settle it in the ring. And that was that. He's like, all right, you'll have a match. He wasn't very specific. I didn't know if he was going to have a match with Drew, if he was going to have a match with the two of them, if he was going to have a match with Dolph. I kind of assumed it was going to be with Dolph since he was doing most of the talking and he was kind of the one that Kurt was keeping separated. But did it matter? No. I already told you. Their match, they didn't even show them come out. And then we had like 3 minutes of action. Dolph Ziggler wins with a fucking super kick. Done. So what good did it do for Chad Gable? He didn't even get to feature himself or get to have a good outing or good performance to try to get himself over. Just looks like a schmuck that took on two people. The best thing that could possibly happen from this, if I could find any silver lining, but I'm not going to give it any credibility because there's no way the WWE is going to do it, is you bring back Jason Jordan, and as soon as he's ready, you have him and Chad Gable go for vengeance against McIntyre and Ziggler. I'd love to see American Alpha reunite. We need tag teams. And they would also be great going up against the B Team. The B Team, actually, now that we're going through the review, the B Team was the one moment on the night that I actually fully enjoyed. I think their music is awesome. I love their self-made Sharpie Pen B letter t-shirt. I like the way they're going with it. I don't like that they got another quick squash match over Breezango. Now, like we tell you guys, and we've been telling you since the Fashion Files, Breezango has consistently been wasted, and their talent goes way beyond even maybe what Axel and Dallas have. I was expecting, when I saw this tag team matchup, to see a good match. And instead, once again, we got something that lasted, what, like 30 seconds? There was a fucking CarMax commercial featuring Breezango. I don't know if you guys seen that. I don't know if that's a nationwide commercial, if that was specific to where I'm at here in New York. But there was a commercial with Fandango for CarMax, some stupid thing. I don't even know what it's for. I wasn't paying attention. But I think that commercial was longer than the match tonight. Axel and Dallas get the win in a super quick squash win of Breezango. Then we go to this contract signing. You see me getting anxious and you see me bouncing the hammer because there was no reason for this to go down. You have a champion in this scenario that the guys at the desk and Stephanie McMahon want to say needs to prove herself. And I want to come at you guys with the question, why would a fucking champion need to prove themselves? They're the champ. Point proven. Is it not? She's looking for validation? How much more validation could you get than being the women's champion of the world? Well, why? Because she's Ronda Rousey? Miss Flavor of the Month from UFC coming over to the WWE like she's some big deal, right? I'm not getting down on Ronda Rousey, but she is far, far from ready for this title match. And if you really, any of you out there, no disrespect to you guys, but if you really believe that Ronda Rousey is going to beat Nia Jax, then you're sadly mistaken. You guys need to check your intelligence level. Because when you talk about who qualified for the Money in the Bank on the women's side tonight, you will see that what I think is going to happen at Money in the Bank, which we already kind of talked about last week, with the challenge heard round the world. The fuck out of here with your pomp and circumstance. Nobody is better at hyperbole than the WWE. They try to make everything sound bigger than it is. The challenge heard round the world. And now we got this contract signing going down. Stephanie McMahon supposed to be the mediator, but she was more like the master of ceremonies, and both competitors all rolled into one. This only happened. Stephanie McMahon's sole purpose was to deliver their promos for them. Because you have two girls here, neither one of them that truly deserve to be either the champion or getting a shot at the champion, can't even do promos. So you get one of the best women on the mic. No matter how much you hate her voice, Stephanie McMahon can deliver a promo. Did it matter what she said? No. Because I don't understand why they would have this segment come off and make it seem as if Stephanie McMahon is pouring fuel on a fire that's already burning. I don't see the point in her trying to stir up shit and stir the pot between two women that have already agreed to fight for the title at her pay-per-view in a few weeks. The match is happening. They're here to sign it to make it official. Why are you trying to aggravate them? And if your purpose was to get a response or to just get into Ronda's head or to piss off Nia Jax to the point where she'd attack Ronda Rousey, none of that happened. I think you want to add a first time ever to the WWE's list. I think this was the first time ever we didn't see a table destroyed during a contract signing. Oh, she moved it. We've seen some furniture pushed out of the way gently, but there was no physicality. There was a very unimpressive stare down. Ronda Rousey saying she's coming for her title and she's going to take her arm too. Who gives a shit? I know what's going to happen. You guys know what's going to happen if you have a brain. And if you don't know, I'm going to fill you in on exactly what's going to happen as we go down the line. As this fucking show is almost wrapped up. Thank God. Because I can't really take much more talking about it. It's just agitating me, as you could see. Because the ineptitude of WWE's uncreative writers just it escapes reason. It escapes reason. These are supposed to be professionals, and what I think they are hacks. You know, WWE probably don't even realize that they're hiring the people from like the soap opera world and from Hollywood and from TV and you know, sitcom writers and shit like that. And that's all well and good, but you do realize that not everybody is good at their job. Somewhere in the world is the worst doctor. Hopefully I don't go to him. Hopefully you don't go to him. But, you know, there is a ranking system somewhere. And, you know, somewhere in the world there is the worst doctor and the worst dentist and the worst cook. And I feel like all the worst writers across the board in entertainment are sneaking in under the board and getting into the WWE because, oh, I worked on Will and Grace, you know, or I worked on Seinfeld once. He's a fucking production assistant or something. He's got a big name show on his resume, so they hire him. Oh, he worked here. He was from Hollywood. Let's do it. Let's do it. Instead of hiring people that love and respect and care about the industry enough to generate a show that will still be good and make you guys tons of cash, since that's all you care about, and at the same time will actually get some wrestling. But instead we get Chad Gable and Dolph Ziggler, like we talked about. I'm not going to talk about that again. They went one-on-one. The only other thing I didn't tell you guys about is McIntyre hit Chad Gable at the end of the match with the Claymore kick after the match was already over. Nobody came out to save poor little Chad. Not even his look-alike doppelganger Kurt Angle. Nobody gives a shit about poor little Chad. Down he went to the show. That's what I'm going to call them as a team, the show. Then we went on to have the absolute worst Fatal 4-Way ever booked. And the worst Money in the Bank qualifying match ever booked, consequently, as well. Natalya. Now, that's alright. You know, Natty is a seasoned veteran. She deserves to be in a qualifying match. That one I could take. But Little Miss Trenchmouth, Liv Morgan, Lady Strowman, Sarah Logan, and the living, breathing, walking disaster, Dana Brooke, were our contestants for one of the two final spots for the women on the Monday Night Raw Money in the Bank ladder match. What a fucking disaster this match was. The crowd, I think, fell asleep with me. Nobody could hear a thing because everybody was asleep, I think. It was so silent. It may have been more silent in the arena during that match than it was in every theater at the end of the Avengers Infinity War movie, which shocked the shit out of everybody into complete stunned silence. Personally, I was never in a movie theater that stayed that silent that long throughout the entirety of the credits. Nobody really made a peep. And that's exactly what I seen happen during a Fatal 4-Way qualifier for a Money in the Bank ladder match. Nobody gave a shit. Are you kidding me? Natalya wins in a very quick match. Might have been the quickest Fatal 4-Way ever as well. I wonder why they were pressed for time. We spent an hour on Roman and Jinder. We threw Kevin Owens in there to make it seem like it's not about Roman and Jinder. And then we spent a half an hour on Bobby Lashley's stupid transgender men sisters. What? Bobby Roode versus Elias. Again. Do they fight every week now because they literally don't know what else to do with this feud, so we're just going to have a match? At no point are we going to have Bobby Roode maybe just come out and beat down Elias mid-song without having to have a match as a consequence? Maybe we have Elias sneaking up on Bobby Roode in the back, bopping him with the guitar once or twice. You know, storylines. Segments. Film something. Elias is doing a concert somewhere. Bobby Roode's in the crowd heckling him. Give this feud meaning. Don't just give me match after match after match. And once again, you got Michael Cole, the idiot, on the microphone. Oh, these guys have traded victories over the past few weeks. Why are you reminding us of that? First of all, if you're not a dumbass and you're not actually dead, as I am not, you know that. Don't remind us of it. It just makes no sense. And then you have Elias coming out with the win, and I'm alright with that, because we all know I want to walk with Elias. He is absolutely my favorite Raw superstar going right now. Right up there with Rollins and the rest of them. Of the new crop, Elias is one of my top 5, at least. And he gets the win, which is great. But what about this guy? I keep telling you guys week after week, he is an inglorious bastard right now. He wants to sit there dancing for the crowd, doing his whole little glorious. The time for shaking hands and kissing babies and being something he's not is all over. It's time to pull out the off-the-chain Bobby Roode from TNA. The Bobby Roode that walked into NXT and kicked the doors down and shoved everybody's fists right down their throats. We need that Bobby Roode. The Bobby Roode that would do nothing at embarrassing Roderick Strong right in front of his wife, calling him less of a man. Telling his wife, hey baby, you want a real man? Come take a look at me. Trying to be a little bit like Rick Rude, maybe? That's fine because it was working for him. Not just because his name is Rude, but because he was good at it. Being a good guy, he's not good at it. And maybe it's not that he's not good at it, it's just boring as hell. And there's so many boring, stale baby faces right now that should actually be heel that it's ridiculous. It's absolutely fucking ridiculous. Just like the main event tonight. The main event, like we said, Finn Balor versus Braun Strowman for absolutely no reason. Nothing on the line, no advantage in Money in the Bank. Not that there really could be, but you gotta try to come up with something better than, oh, just in the spirit of friendly competition. There's no competition between Finn Balor and Braun Strowman. You can't tell me, you cannot tell me with each and every match that I just laid out to you that they fully thought out this show. There is a crew of people that the WWE paid money to write this show. And this show came across the desk of Vince McMahon some point in the afternoon while he was jerking off all over his new cash deals. And he just threw it back at him. Yes, it's approved. I don't even think Vince seen the script today. I mean, I'm sure he had the script in his hands, but all he saw in his eyes were fucking dollar signs. And he couldn't stop his genetic grapefruits from pumping all through his body, and he was probably all amped up like a fucking jerk-off on a six-pack of Red Bull. Ridiculous. This was an unacceptable offering of Monday Night Raw. Something has got to change. I don't know if it really just starts and ends with the writing team, or if the superstars themselves have to start stepping up and going to this creative team, going to Vince, going to Triple H, go to Michael Hayes, go to Road Dogg, go to whoever you gotta fucking go to and be like, listen, this isn't working. I don't care how much money you're making. You got a roster where the morale is piss poor. People don't even want to be on Monday Night Raw anymore. Those people that give a shit about their careers and want to be professional wrestlers don't care about money. I mean, sure, everybody cares about money, but when you're a pro wrestler or you're in entertainment or sports, money comes later. The passion comes first. You will wrestle in front of 200 people for 50 cents. If somebody will let you, if wrestling is what you love to do. Doesn't matter how much fucking money you make. They're stepping further and further away from a wrestling show and are turning more and more into a variety show. Look at what we got tonight. Look at what we got. So much bullshit. So much talk. So much unentertaining entertainment. WWE. The E stands for entertainment, right? That's what they want to say. I heard a couple of people saying that this weekend. But everybody's forgetting that the W in the middle still stands for wrestling. Just because you change the E from federation to entertainment doesn't mean the company shouldn't be about wrestling, because it's the biggest letter right in the fucking middle. But they don't give a shit about it. And tonight's Monday Night Raw is absolute proof. That's all I'm going to say about it. We're going to get ready to bring the hammer down on Smackdown Live tomorrow night, because with a show like this tonight, I don't expect tomorrow to be any better. I could be wrong, and I hope to be wrong, because Smackdown Live, at least for the last few weeks, has been a smidgen better. They have been on a better track than Monday Night Raw, as usually has been the case for the last 3 years, but Smackdown Live has been a piece of shit show too as of late, and maybe they are going to be too busy partying throughout the night and through the day to get an actual 2-hour Smackdown Live together that makes some sense. Maybe we're going to see a lot more punching in the balls tomorrow night. Who knows? All I know is I will be here to bring you the official review of Smackdown Live, just like we did right here tonight of Monday Night Raw, when we bring this hammer down and bring you truth, justice, and all of the vengeance and fury of a jaded wrestling fan. I don't care. I don't care anymore, man. I don't care if you think I'm full of shit. I don't care if you think I'm trying to be somebody else, because I'm not trying to be nobody but me. This is how I fucking feel about everything. This is what I feel throughout the show. I got a book full of notes that backs me up, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait for this summer because it's going to be a very, very big one on this show. We are going to NXT once again. We are going to do the best we can to get all the coverage of All In. It's going to be a very big summer in the world of professional wrestling, and we're not going to even need Monday Night Raw or Smackdown Live to get us through. Thank you guys so much for that last little rant at the end. I don't know where that came from. My name is Nick Nightmare, and I promise to try to be less angry and more happy, but that depends on the WWE. If they do not oblige and make us happy and make some changes to do things, I will continue to bring to the party Mr. Thor, the Sledgehammer, the wrestling god of thunder, the official Sledgehammer of the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show, and my little buddy and most trusted companion and world heavyweight champion of microphones, Blue, the shiny chrome dome snowball. This has been the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show right here on Sledgehammer TV, available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and Podbean, baby. But our official home, as always, right here on YouTube.com. Do not forget to like this video. Smash that thumbs up. Give it a nice big drop kick. Punch it in the mouth. Smack it in the balls. Whatever you want to do, just hit it for me. Make sure everybody knows you had a good time and enjoyed today's show. And then share this video with each and every one of your wrestling friends all across of the wrestling world, and most especially, make sure that you hit that subscribe button right now to become one of the hundreds of fans that know and are growing by the day that this is the place to be to get your fix when the hammer comes down on the world of professional wrestling. That is going to do it, and we are out of here, and we will see you next time, which will be tomorrow night for SmackDown Live right here on the Sledgehammer Wrestling Show. Thank you guys so much. I love yous. Have a good night, and we will see you tomorrow.